What's up? I'm DJ Sixsmith. You're watching The Sit Down. Look who's back. It's Michael Emerson, the man from Evil. What's going on, man? Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you.
So we had you here in studio like first week when the show came out. The series finale just wrapped up. What has this whole journey been like for you?
Well, it's good. It's good fun. I mean, I'm happy to be on a show that is successful and people are tuning in. I'm happy to be on a show that's scary. And
Yeah, you like the scary factor there.
Well, I just think it's so interesting that because you don't think of CBS when you think of horror.
No, definitely not. When I saw this come out, I was like, I can't believe CBS is doing it, because we have a ton of people come in for these shows, and this is so anti-CBS, but Robert and Michelle King, like, the way that they finessed it is really fascinating to me.
It's so great, and it's a tribute to, you know, how much they are respected at the network level, that, you know, whatever they pitch, people will say, yeah, sounds good, let's do it.
Especially from like The Good Wife to The Good Fight, you can kind of see the evolution, and now it's just like, no, let's just roll it out there and see if this sticks, and it clearly has through one season. And
it's so fun to hear them talk about how, you know, how they began to have the kernel of the idea for this show. You know,
where did it all come from?
Because they read the paper together in the morning or on the weekends, and then they talk about odd items that they see. You know, stuff that is a little offbeat or seems a little bit supernatural or a little questionable, and they have differing points of view on these things, because he's a religious Catholic and she's an agnostic, so she doesn't really subscribe to, you know, magic the way that he does. So that conversation that they have had over the years is now being played out in the scripts of our show.
Well, that makes total sense given what's happened in the show, and there's just constant questioning no matter what side of the spectrum you're on.
That's
so
right.
What was it like for you guys to unpack some of that? Because it is really weighty stuff when it comes to the supernatural and it comes to faith. What was most intriguing to you?
Well, I mean, I guess I myself by nature am skeptical, but it has made me think, because the writing is so compelling. So you think, wow, there are things that are kind of inexplicable with whatever science or psychology we currently have at hand. So then what is it? If you say you don't believe in ghosts or demons, then how are you going to explain the stuff that is unexplainable out there? You're just going to
you're just going to put your head in the sand and move on?
Walk away from it, or question the observer's sanity, or say that you didn't know enough, or you don't. It's just going to be a mystery. You could say that.
Yeah, you should engage in the conversation regardless of how you feel. And I think this show kind of allows you to do that, and especially this character too. I mean, this guy's just coming in, he's mixing it up, and it seems like you took great joy in that. So what was it like kind of building that character throughout the season?
It's just, you know, it's good fun. I don't think so much about the good or evil that a character does. I just think about how do they feel doing it. And he seems to me, for the most part, he's having a good time.
Yeah.
He has got a kind of crazy power to manipulate people and to be kind of a power unto himself. He's like a lord of misrule or some kind of demiurge who sows confusion wherever he goes and enjoys watching it play out. He likes to set little human dramas in motion and then see how they go. See how much he can affect the world around him in a real negative way.
And when you have that power to pull the strings too, I mean, it can just bring it to a whole different level in terms of how you live your life.
Now, I don't know why someone would enjoy that. But
you'd think the morality would kick in at some point.
But I guess he is without a morality. He is without empathy.
Which is pretty interesting when you think about it, because most people you'd like to think have that built in some way, shape, or form. They may not show it all the time, but this guy has none of that.
Yeah, and I tend to have the same philosophy about playing villains from show to show, and that is I don't need to know the backstory. I don't have to have their psychological profile in my mind. All I have to do is play the scenes and play them a bit instinctively, and then sit back and watch how they're put together. Watch how the audience reacts to it, but watch how the Kings and the writing staff react to it. Watch how other actors react to it, and sort of feel my way that way.
I gotcha. So you've obviously built a career playing villains. When you think about other people who've played villains in a tremendous way, who are people that stick out to you in terms of really nailing it and kind of going scene by scene, like you just mentioned there?
I tend to like guys that are soft-spoken and don't look
menacing.
Yeah, menacing or sinister in any way. You know, some of Kevin Spacey's work is really good that way.
Yeah, very soft-spoken with some of those characters. Yeah.
I kind of like that because I don't think the really successful villains in our world, they don't look it.